London, the heart of a colossal empire in the mid-19th century. A metropolis of 2.5 million souls. Its streets were a triumph of industry, but a nightmare of logistics. The sheer volume of traffic was choking the city to death. The air was thick with smoke. The stench of coal and horse manure permeated every corner. Moving from one side of the city to another was an ordeal measured not in miles, but in hours of frustrating, muddy deadlock. Something had to give. For decades, solutions were dreamed up and dismissed as lunacy. Yet one man, Charles Pearson, a visionary solicitor, refused to surrender to the congestion. He saw the solution not in the skies, but deep beneath the cobblestones. He envisioned a subterranean railway, the Metropolitan Railway. Pearson's proposal was radical. People feared this underground viper. They feared the tunnels collapsing. They feared the air would be poisonous, and they feared the literal spiritual implications of traveling deep beneath the sacred ground of London. The task of turning this dream into reality fell to the formidable chief engineer, John Fowler. The engineering challenge was unprecedented. How do you build a railway beneath the densest city on Earth without knocking the whole thing down? The answer was the cut and cover method. Imagine tearing up the entire city. For months, major arteries like Euston Road and Farringdon Street became open wounds. They dug vast, deep trenches, moving mountains of earth and debris. It was a hellish undertaking. Sewers were diverted, gas mains ruptured, and foundations of historic buildings trembled. This was dirty, dangerous, exhausting work, powered by sheer human muscle and relentless willpower. Every day brought chaos. The noise was constant, the dust covered everything, and the mud was inescapable. The construction created new social landscapes, a legion of navvies working in the subterranean darkness, becoming an essential, yet often unseen, part of London's workforce. Then, after 3 years of disruption, the day arrived. January 10th, 1863. The Metropolitan Railway opened its doors. Skeptics predicted disaster. The press had coined it the Underground. Thousands queued. They were intrigued, terrified, and exhilarated. What was it like to ride? The early trains were pulled by steam locomotives. Imagine the smoke, the soot, the sulfurous air trapped in the tunnels. The experience was divisive. Some called it a subterranean inferno, yet others hailed it as a miracle of modern travel, instantly slashing journey times and offering relief from the surface world. It was a tangible victory for human ingenuity over physical limits. The Metropolitan Railway immediately changed the architecture of the city. It allowed London to sprawl, connecting distant suburbs to the heart of commerce. It created the first generation of commuters, fundamentally altering the way Londoners lived and worked. It was more than a railway. It was an invention of the modern city. The development spurred new industries, new investments, and a completely new lexicon of urban life. The underground was no longer a fringe idea. It was the essential beating heart beneath the surface. From the sooty, gas-lit tunnels of 1863 sprang the vast, clean electric network we know today. The founders endured the hell of the cut and cover, so that future generations could glide effortlessly beneath the surface. The London Underground, or the Tube, is the lasting legacy of a few brave men who dared to dream of a city built not only on the surface, but deep within the earth itself. It is the beginning of the Subterranean age,